Welcome to Lightbridge Academy Fran Connect training. Today we will review how to access and interpret your conversion rate report. To access this report, go to Contact Manager tab and your Reports tab. About halfway down the page, under your Contact Count Details Report section, you'll see your conversion rate report. You have two filters on this report. First is your contact medium, which is your lead source, and the next is your time frame or your activity date range. Under the contact medium, you can select all, telephone, walk-in, other, email, or nurture marketing. For this example, we'll keep it on select all. In your activity date range, you can choose from after a certain date, all, before a certain date, current month, current year, between a certain time frame, last 12 months, last 3 months, last 30 days, last 7 days, last month, last year, on, today, or yesterday. For this example, we will select last 3 months and choose to view report. You can also save that view to make it easy to access when going back and forth. When you take a closer look at the report, you'll see the name of your report in the upper left-hand corner, as well as the time frame that you've selected. You also have the option to export to an Excel spreadsheet, as well as print. The first column is your franchise ID. Then you have your first section, which encompasses your lead source, whether it came from a walk-in, telephone, email, web lead, or other. Your middle section is your status section, your new leads, tour booked, tour complete, students enrolled, waiting, or dead leads. And finally, you have your percentages, which are your conversion rates for your web leads, your email leads, your phone leads, your walk-in leads, your other leads, as well as your final percentage of tours that ended up enrolling. What's really cool about this report is that it encompasses not only the parents that are today in this status, but actually anyone who has touched any of these statuses throughout the time frame that you've selected. For example, when we choose the 29 and tour booked, you'll see that many of these parents are no longer tour booked, but most of them have completed their tours as scheduled, and many have gone on to enroll, which is our ultimate goal. But the computer captured that at one point or another, 29 of these parents had touched the tour book status, and that's why they're showing up on your report. Now we're going to take a closer look at each of the conversion rates. Your walk-in leads of 5 parents, you have a 100% conversion rate. That makes good sense, and that's what you're striving for, especially with your walk-in leads, as most of the time the parents that walk through the door are going to stay and tour during that visit and not scheduled to come back at another time. When we look at our telephone leads, you'll see we have 25 leads and a 72% conversion rate. We'll click on that 25, and we're going to change the view to 50 so that we can see them all at once. And when we go down the list, we'll see that between the tours that were completed as well as the enrolled statuses, we have 18 out of 25 of the telephone leads that have toured, some of them prior to enrolling, which gives us that 72% conversion rate. Now we'll take a closer look at our walk-in leads. As you can see, we had 20 web leads for a 70% conversion rate. When we select those 20 web leads, we can see that we currently have 13 that have either completed their tours or have gone on to enroll. 13 out of 20 is 65%. The computer is showing 70%, so now we need to do some troubleshooting. I've looked at this in advance, so I know where the problem is. I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot. You'll need to go to each individual contact, click on them, and look at their activity history in order to identify the problem. In this case, we're going to go to Lauren, and we're going to go down the right-hand side under Activity History and select Detailed History. When you select the Detailed History, you can see everything that's happened with this contact. They entered the system on 9/2 as new. Lisa Chassis on 9/2 changed them to in process. They were booked as a tour by Elizabeth on 9/2. On 9/23, their tour was completed by Marcel. And for some reason, also on 9/23, they were entered back as in process. Therefore, This parent did complete a tour during the time frame we selected, but they are not currently showing that status anymore. That gives us 14 out of 20 in our web leads that have touched the tour completed status, and that gives us a ratio of 70% conversion rate. Anytime you're looking for something that's not matching, when the numbers don't match your report, you need to go into each parent's profile, select the activity history and the detailed history, and see where there might be an issue. Many times they will have toured, but it'll be outside of this time frame you've selected. And that's where the difference is coming in. So that parent would have shown up in your tour completed numbers in the time frame before that or after that when they actually did complete their tour. And finally, your percent of tour that enrolled is taking your number of enrolled students during this time frame and dividing it into the tour complete for that time frame. In this case, 16 into 43, which gives you the 37.21% of tours that enrolled. And that's all there is to your conversion rate report. Feel free to call or email if you have any questions. Thanks, and have a great day.